So I am Brandy. I am the program manager for both of our veteran support programs. We have two programs with our division. One of them is our supportive services for veteran families program, which serves homeless veterans. We are a rapid rehousing and homelessness prevention program. So we find permanent housing for those that are literally homeless. And then we also help prevent homelessness for those that are at imminent risk of losing their housing. It is a grant that comes from the VA. They are our grantee, and that is one of the programs. The other program is also focused on homeless veterans or those at risk of losing their housing, but it is an employment program, and it's called Slow Vets to Work. And that office, we have two offices in our division, one up in the North County, which is the 2915 Union Road in Suite D, and that's where I'm at today, which has our SSVF program. And then also we have our office at 265 South Street in San Luis Obispo, and that has our SSVF program and our Slow Vets to Work program, and they find employment for those individuals. Ironically, today, my Slow Vets to Work staff is here in our office up in Paso because we have a new employee that started, and so we're doing some training here. And so you guys will get to meet them as well. So I'm going to turn my camera around a little bit to kind of walk you through and do our virtual tour of our office. Again, this is our Paso Robles office up in North County. Turn it around. There we go. So I'm in our little lobby area. We have, of course, our sanitation station and a couple of chairs. It's a small lobby. We do keep the front door locked. That way that they have a place to sit when they're waiting for services. And we also have, you can see doorbells here for the appropriate programs. We share this office with our Head Start home-based parenting program and also Children, Youth, and Family Services Division. It is Melinda's program, which is the parent educator program as well. So our offices over here, as you walk in, are those programs. The one directly in front of me is my office, and we'll turn this way. And we also have a conference room area. This is where my new staff are. One of them is training. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi. This is Natalie Lambert, and this is Floyd Bland. And these are our Vets to Work employment specialists. Do you guys want to say a little bit about your role in our program?
Sure. We help veterans with barriers to housing, employment. Floyd is learning, it's the second day, so we're learning, how to notate, what we work with clients, and we have an intake scheduled in about 40 minutes, so he's going to do that with me, and so we're just having a good time getting to know each other. Day two, I think it's going okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Thank you, guys. So we will back out of there. Our SSVF program is actually located towards the back of the building. So we have our hallways with our IT closets, our bathrooms, our kitchen, our janitorial supply closet, which is all here.
Brandy, where is this building on Union?
It's on Union Road, just east of Golden Hill Boulevard.
So past the school district bus barn?
Yes, and we're on the opposite side of the street, kind of across from there.
Okay, past Mark's Tires, back in there?
Right behind Mark's Tires. We're right next to Mark's Tires. It's that industrial building right there.
So you go around, though, to the other side?
No, we are the closest building off of Union. So there's a small street called Tooley Court that takes all those industrial buildings, but we are in the building that's closest to the street.
Okay, I didn't for some reason, I thought you were still down at, how much I know. I'm good to see this, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So our home-based parenting teachers, they also have they call it their socialization rooms, where they do educations, where they do socializations with children, teaching skills. So this is in the back of our building, which is really kind of quite nice if we have families that come in that are needing our assistance and they have children. There's a place for them to play and feel comfortable. And so it's kind of a benefit of having this. And then our SSVF offices are back here. So this is our program lead and case manager, Chris.
Howdy.
He's just getting back from lunch, sorry. This is our board tour. Would you like to say hi and tell them your role in our SSVF program?
My name's Chris Stanley. I'm the program lead and also case manager at the moment up here in our Paso office. Basically running the day-to-day operation stuff for SSVF under oversight of Brandy there. What else?
I don't know.
Chris, can you tell us how you, and I know Brandy probably has this part of her program, how you do outreach to the river?
To the river?
Yeah. I'm hearing that the police are, they have their their cab team, 2 officers now and a mental health person going down. And so I haven't heard this from them. So I gathered they know what to do if they find somebody that's a veteran. But I've heard other people in the community saying, well, there are veterans down there.
Right. And they will notify us if they do come across. A lot of times, though, our 2 veteran advocates, John and Jory, will go with them on those river walks, so to speak. They will coordinate going out when they have a date set for those types of searches. And so they can immediately talk to them on the spot. If it's a matter of PD finding them on their own, then they have the contact numbers for both of our veteran advocates, and they'll contact.
Great.
We get a lot of
Our outreach, our veteran advocates that conduct outreach, in addition to going with the CAT team, they also go out on their own as a team, and they pair up with the 40 Prado outreach specialists as well, and kind of go in and select certain areas to go do outreach at encampment areas as well. So.
Thanks, Chris.
Back here, so we have 2 other offices, and I'll show you even though they're not in here. One thing that I am actually really proud to say is that a majority of our staff are veterans themselves. So Chris, you've seen before, is a Marine Corps veteran. This is Jory's office. Jory is very patriotic. He's a U.S. Air Force veteran himself. We also have, in fact, Floyd, who you met in the conference room. He is also an Air Force veteran. We have our benefits acquisition specialist that is Air Force veteran. We have a housing placement specialist that is an Army veteran. And we have a new hire that is pending start date that should be in October, which should be about October 1st. And he is a Navy veteran. So we have all 4 branches of the military represented within our staff that provide direct services to our clients. So, and this is our admin assistance office here. So do you guys have any more questions for me?
Randy, how, on average, you guys have been doing a really great job on housing lately. Where are you guys at these days with housing our veterans?
So we had, it kind of goes in waves, I would say. We haven't had as many just recently because even though Cal Poly is starting back in a limited capacity, there are still students returning to the area, and that is affecting availability of housing. But I would say we've been usually on average, usually 3 to 4 a month is what we've been housing kind of on average. A lot of those, if you guys follow us on Facebook, our veterans program page on Facebook, we do respect people's privacy, but we do ask if they're okay with us taking a picture of them and using them on our social media page. And we have photo releases on on file for all of our people, but we try to share as many of those pictures to demonstrate kind of what we're doing as possible. One thing that I didn't get to say that I will say is that Floyd, who you met in the conference room, who's our new employee. One really great thing about Floyd is you guys will notice in your board packets this week for this week's board meeting is that he's one of our success stories. So Floyd started out as an SSVF and Slow Vets to Work participant, had fallen on some hard times. When he got into our Vets to Work program, we realized that he had previous experience working in employment programs, about 5 years worth of experience when he lived in a different area. When they did his interest inventory for work, realized that he scored very strongly in that area. So we encouraged him to apply for that position if it was something that he was interested in. Did very well on his interview, and we ended up finding out offering him the position, and found out from our HVRP grantee that was a best practice, was to hire one of our individuals. So I'm actually pretty proud that we were able to take somebody that we were serving and actually get a good employee out of that and provide some stability. So I think that is what CAPSLO is all about. And I'm pretty excited about that. So he is our success story in the board report this month.
Randy, I know Dee Lacy knows as our board president about the CARF and our accreditation, but could you just give a quick overview for Dee Lamalt so she also knows about this added scrutiny we voluntarily go through?
Yes, we do.
Biz, Erica is on the line also, I think.
Annika,
Okay.
Erica,
Yeah.
Annika, yeah.
Erica.
Oh, I see. I have to scroll. I'm not good at this. So welcome, whoever has. I'll scroll through. Thank you, Dee, and thanks to the other board members who joined.
Great. So I am showing you, this is actually, we have a revised one. So in March of this year, we went through our CARF accreditation survey. And what the CARF accreditation is that it is Biz is correct, it is a intense process to apply for that. What that accreditation does is that it holds you to a higher standard, holds the agency to an higher standard. This is not just for SSVF. It's a two-part evaluation. Half of that is of the program, our policies and procedures, and our outcomes, and really looking at how we provide services and if we meet the CARF standard. The other half of that, though, is the agency as a whole. And they do look at our tripartite board. They look at our finance policies, our HR policies, our safety policies, and make sure that they are actually meeting a higher standard than what is generally considered acceptable. So you can be awarded between 1, 2, or 3-year accreditation, and that depends on how well you do during that accreditation survey. Both times that we've went through this, CAPSLO has gotten a 3-year accreditation, which means we are standards and very consistently. So that is something that we can be proud of, that we've gone through that accreditation and done very well with it. And I am proud to say is that the agency does take those CARF recommendations to heart in looking at improving policies and visiting different things that we're looking at in senior management, executive leadership, and our risk committee, things like that. So we've been doing a really good job at also using that to spearhead kind of movement forward and making more progress.
So the other benefit to this, and Brandy is so tremendous at making sure our funding applications, she works with Lauren in the planning department, but with this CARF accreditation, it also gives us some extra points as we are reviewed for additional funding. So it's an added support to Brandy and her program to help more people like Floyd be able to become employed or to be able to come as Diaz, to come out of the riverbed and move towards self-sufficiency, housing, that kind of thing.
This, what the perfect does is that generally it's a year-to-year application for supportive services for veteran families funding. If you have a CARP accreditation, if you have a 3-year accreditation, that allows you to apply for a 3-year project rather than a 1-year project. So it does benefit not only our entire area by being able to have this funding and provide those services, but also some stability for our staff that we employ as well.
Thank you, Brandy, for the work you do. And I think that the word is out that we're there. I mean, the chief was telling me that they work with you up here and have been able to find a few veterans down there that are willing to go look. And
Yes.
thanks for all the work that your staff does. I'm so glad you have a nice office there for them to come into.
Oh, thank you very much, Dee.